Hello, today I am going to be talking about objects in JavaScript. So, objects are values. Objects can have multiple values and we can even have more objects inside of an object. We can have functions inside of an object. And with the objects we can store data and methods that can be used to manipulate that data. Okay, so let's imagine a car. What kind of a car do you have? Alright, let's create our first object. Let's create const. This is not gonna be my car. Let's say my neighbor's car. This is not actually my neighbor's car, but it's okay. So to declare an object, we say const let or var. Then we give it a variable name, and then we use curly brackets. Inside we can give some properties and values. So let's say that the make will be a Toyota, for example. So this is called the property, this is called the value, and this is called the property value pair. So yeah, first you insert the property, which is make. In this case, the property can be anything. Then a colon, and then a string, number, or boolean. And we gotta separate these with a comma. Alright, the model of this Toyota is going to be Prius, let's say, and then comma. Let's give this a new object, so ratings, and let's create a new object with the curly braces or brackets. So ratings, inside of ratings we'll say reliability 4.5 and fuel efficiency, for example, 4.8. This is going to be the last property value pair of this object. This object, not this, but this. So we don't need a comma for the last one. However, we need a semicolon over here. Also, I gotta put an equal sign over there. And actually this one belongs here. Wait a moment. Oh yeah, but instead of instead of an assignment character, we gotta use a colon. Alright, now this is correct. And from here we can continue adding properties to the neighbor's car. So let's say that the color is red. No, not that. Or red. Okay, I think. Alright. I'm gonna actually test one thing. Paragraph ID example. I'm gonna take the paragraph. Document get element by ID example, and I can't seem to spell today. Okay, I will access the example.text content and I'm gonna make it equal to a template literal. I'm gonna access my neighbor's car and then dot color. So basically this will return the color property and its value outside from the my neighbor's car object. So let's see if this works. No. I'm not getting any. Oh yeah, the name is not example, it's text. Alright. But I'm not getting any text inside of the paragraph. Text dot text content. Okay, so this color is not a string. It's a variable right now. A variable can also be the value of an object property, but we don't have a variable called red, so I'm gonna make this into a string. There we go. Now that is showing up on our screen. So we are accessing my neighbor's car and the color property. And the color property is red. That is exactly what is shown on the web page. Alright. And we can keep adding these values over here. So let's say year. That's gonna be 2015, for example. And then cost. I don't know. Cost when new. Or actually, working true. I'm gonna add a boolean value. Alright, there we go. Or running is better. So yeah, now we can access all of these elements with the dot right over here. Let's remove this. Actually, I'm just gonna remove that. So we are accessing the object of my neighbor's car. We will access the model. The model is Prius. Then we are going to access the ratings, but that doesn't give us anything yet. Inside of the ratings object, we gotta select a value, like reliability or fuel efficiency. I'm gonna select dot reliability. Okay, now it's saying 4.5 on the web page. Okay, so we can add as many objects inside of an object as we want to. So my neighbor's car is an object. Inside of that we have an object called ratings, and inside of the ratings object we have the reliability value and the fuel efficiency value. Then we continue on with the property value pairs for the main object. So these are nested objects. They are objects inside of an object. Okay. So yeah, that's the basics of objects. Let's print a little bit longer of a template literal. So actually not like that. I'm gonna say your neighbor has a colon, a placeholder, my neighbor's car dot make. So your neighbor has a Toyota. Alright, I'm gonna make more of these paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in total. There we go. Example 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm gonna copy this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Text 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so now we got 7 different paragraphs. So first is going to be your neighbor has a Toyota. Then text 2, access the text content. The Toyota's make is, add a placeholder, my neighbor's car dot model. Let's say model dot model. There we go. The Toyota's model is Prius. That's also true. Then let's create a new line. Text3 dot text content equals a template literal. Reliability is colon placeholder my neighbor's car dot ratings dot reliability. Alright, there we go. Text 4 text content fuel efficiency. Let's say my neighbor's car ratings fuel efficiency. There we go. Then let's say color will be my neighbor's car dot color. I'm gonna copy this line and paste it 2 more times. Then let's take the year and running. And text 6 and text 7. And year. And does it run? Okay. So here we got the values. We got an object. Your neighbor has a Toyota. The Toyota is Prius. The reliability is 4.5. Oh, there we go. The fuel efficiency is 4.8. Color red. Year 2015. Does it run? True. Okay, so this is the introduction to objects in JavaScript. Now, objects are also variables, but with the exception that objects can contain many values inside of them. So yeah, the second thing is that it's a common practice to declare objects with the const keyword. So that's a common practice with objects. And yeah, basically we can name the object anything. We can name the properties anything that we want. Or we can even use a project constructor to create an object. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remove these lines right now. I'm gonna leave the first one, and then I'm gonna create const person equals and curly brackets first name John, last name Doe, age is 40, eye color is, let's say, blue. And we don't have to add a comma to the last value. We don't necessarily have to put a semicolon either, but it is advised. Okay, then let's access the text. So, text dot, let's use inner HTML this time. Let's make this equal to person dot first name plus is, and then plus. So this is called string concatenation. We are adding strings together. Person dot age plus years old, and what's wrong with this one? Is this just glitching or what? Let me remove those. Document get element by ID example. Well, this is weird. Okay, let's use the text content. Oh no, that's not working either. Oh, this is weird. I know there's no mistakes on this one. Oh my god, I made the same mistake as I did before. I once again put a variable inside of here. No, not a variable. We have to make it into a string. There we go. Now we got the paragraph. John is 40 years old. So yeah, now this is working. I can't believe I have made the same mistake twice in the same video. Alright, let's get going to the next one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to add properties. So I'm gonna cut these, and there we go. Let's create the person object, but let's not give it any values inside. So now it says undefined is undefined years old, and that's true. These property value pairs don't have any values. However, we can add some properties. So we just gotta take the object, which in this case is person, then dot first name equals John. Semicolon on these ones. So now it says John is undefined years old. Let's take the person dot age and make it equal to 25. Somehow magically John has become 15 years younger. He is now 25 years old. So yeah, you can also add properties to an object. And here's how. Alright, then I'm gonna go ahead to my HTML. I'm gonna create PID example2. Alright, so we got another paragraph. Then I'm gonna get that paragraph. Const text2 equals document get element by ID example2. There we go. Now we have a saved reference to this element right over here. Then I'm gonna go and create an object in a new way. So const car equals new object and then brackets and a semicolon. Then we can go ahead and add some properties. Car.make equals, let's say, Toyota once again. Car.color, let's say it's gonna be silver gray. And car.year, that's going to be 2015. Car.works equals true. Then let's take the text2 and the inner HTML and let's make it true to, I mean equal to car.make plus car.color plus the year plus car.works. So now it's gonna say Toyota Silver Grey 2015 true. Okay. Then if we want to add spaces, we gotta do this. So we gotta add an empty string like this between every single one of these. So, oh, there we go. Alright. And there we go. Then same thing over here. And there we go. Now we have added an empty string onto the values. Alright. So this is another way to create an object. Okay. Then we don't necessarily have to use the new object method. So yeah, we can just declare the object with curly brackets and a name and adding some property value pairs. That's gonna create an object. And for readability and simplicity, execution speed and stuff like that, we should use the object literal method. So yeah. And in case you were wondering what a object literal is, it only basically means an object. I'm gonna write it here. Object literal equals an object in JavaScript. So yeah, object and an object literal are the same things. So yeah, with objects you can save a lot of variable names. You don't have to say that the car make, car color, car year, car works. You can make an object called car and then make these values inside of that object. So there will be less naming conflicts as well. Then there are a total of 2 ways to access a properties value. So the first one is to take the property and the value and put a dot in between. Now there is also another way, and the another way is to take the object. In this case it's going to be car. Then we are gonna put some straight brackets around. Then we need a set of quotes. And then we need the property name. In this case, it's the make. So this is the same as car.make. Alright, now it says Toyota Silver Grey 2015 true. So this is the second way to access a property inside of an object. The first one is the object.property name or object.nested object.property name, etc. And the second one is object and property name. There we go. So these are the two ways to access properties from objects. So yeah. Then methods are actions that can be performed on objects. Methods are function definitions stored as property values. So let me give you an example. I'm gonna create a new line, a lot of new lines actually, and then I'm gonna go and let's say that I'm gonna create a function. Let's create an object const person2 equals, add a semicolon, and then name will be person last name persons. Let's make Homer Simpson actually. I'm not gonna be this dull. Alright, there we go. Homer Simpson age. My good friend Horizons commented that Homer is something like 37 years old, so I'm gonna go with that. Then occupied is true. Alright, we got two string values. I almost made the mistake of creating these or making these into variables once again. Alright, there we go. Now it has been fixed. So remember to put the value inside of quotes, unless it's a number or a boolean. So right now we have strings, numbers and booleans inside of this object. After that I'm gonna be creating the function. Let's say the function's name is gonna be person2 dot or person2 properties colon function, and we are missing a comma. There we go. So person2's properties, we wanna see these, so we will make a function. person2 properties is going to be a function, so we are going to return this. This means the current object that we are in right now. So we are going to return this dot name plus a space, then this dot last name and a space, this dot age, a space, and this dot occupied and a semicolon, and then we can get out of the function. Alright, let's get this one I'm gonna create a third paragraph. Alright. Document get element by ID example3. Let's create a reference const text3. Then I'm gonna take text3, access the inner HTML and make it equal to person2 dot, then the name of the function. So first we gotta put in the name of the object, and the function name person2 properties, and we are also going to need some brackets and a semicolon. Alright, and also I'm gonna use a template literal on this one. There we go. Oh, I made a spelling error. Person2 dot person2 properties. I guess we gotta still show text3. Or, one thing is that we are missing a semicolon, but that didn't really fix that. What is wrong right now? We are accessing person2 dot person2 properties function. Alright, well, I'm gonna be back real soon. Alright, oh my god, I am so freaking stupid. I gotta put it inside of a placeholder. What is wrong with me? There we go, finally. Of course the objects and variables are not gonna show up if they are not inside of a placeholder. What is going on with me today? Alright, anyways, right now we are executing this function and then we are going to get the outcome. Homer Simpson 37 true. So yeah. Also, there's another way to do this. Text tree.inner HTML equals, let's say, person2.name plus an empty space, or let's say a string of name colon space person2.name plus empty string plus person2 dot last name plus, let's add a break tag br. There we go. Actually, template literal. There we go. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that on this example, but let's add a space, then person2.h and person2.occupied and a semicolon. Alright. Colon expected. You mean with that? Let's set this one to be inside of single quotes. Okay, it kind of works, but kind of doesn't. So let's create a different type of a version. Let's say person2.name plus person2.last name plus person2.age plus person2.occupied and a semicolon. So that is working. We can also say name plus. Okay, I was missing the plus sign from the beginning in the previous one. Alright, so the name will be Homer Simpson. Between these I am going to add an empty string, like that. Plus a space, plus person2.last name, then plus the age. I'm gonna add a string, years old, colon, then space, space, plus. And after Simpson we are also going to need a space. So there we go. And then occupied, before the occupied I'm gonna add a space. And then I'm gonna say age, colon, plus. So name, Homer Simpson, years old, 37, age, true. And we can add a space over here. And now the true will not be sticking in with the age. Alright. So that is going to be an introduction to objects in JavaScript. We learned a couple of different ways to create objects. We learned how to use objects. We learned about string concatenation. We learned about the new object method. We learned about property value pairs. We learned how to display the properties in two different ways. And we also learned that we can have functions inside of a I can't even speak. We also learned that we can have functions inside of an object and more string concatenation. I think the easiest way is to use a template literal backticks, because then you can just straight away type the values in with a placeholder. But this, I wanted to show you the string concatenation, which is basically adding strings together, adding pieces of text together. But yeah, this is gonna be my introduction video of objects. We're gonna have a lot more practice with this in the future, but yeah, I hope you were able to learn something new from this one, and I hope that I'm gonna see you in the next video. So yeah, happy learning everybody, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye bye everyone.